My aim in this presentation is to help you score max marks, 25 out of 25 on question 2. Let's do it. Paper 2 is still 2 hours long, has 3 questions and is worth 80 marks. That means the timings for each questions are 45 minutes for question 1, 37.5 minutes each for question 2 and 3. Personally, I'd keep it simple and call it 40 minutes per question, but that's up to you. Tip 1. Write the timings at the top of each section to help you stay on track. If your exam starts at 8 AM, for example, then question 1 should be done by 8:40, question 2 by 9:20 and the whole thing by 10 o'clock. Put them there at the start of the exam. Question 2A is simple. They give you a definition, you copy and paste the word or phrase from the text. Easy. Let's take a look. Natalia was expecting the quietness of their walk to be broken suddenly. Okay, let's go to the text and find a word or phrase that fits that definition. We were nearing the end of our side street and I assumed the silence of our walk would be shattered by the bustle along the tramway. In this context, shattered means broken suddenly, so that's the word we want. We just copy and paste it into the answer. There we go, easy as. Let's look for the other ones. Slowed herself down and made herself as tall as possible. Spoke to her in a low angry voice and the homeless person was fast asleep. I'm doing them all together now, but obviously in the exam, find them one at a time. So let's take a look for them. Slowed herself down and made herself as tall as possible is right there in paragraph 3. I drew myself up and stopped. Her grandfather spoke to her in a low angry voice, that's hissed in paragraph 4. And lastly, the homeless person was fast asleep, well that's paragraph 5, sleeping so soundly. Just read the text carefully, you will find them and then copy them, paste them in. Just like that. Be precise and concise, that's tip 2. Just copy the words that fit the definition. If you've copied too much, put the words that you don't need in brackets or underline the words you want the mark for. That should be an easy 4 points. Good work. Question 2B works the other way round. They give you the word and you have to define it. For the first one, they have, I peered out into the street. In this context, peered means strained to see or stare. It's okay to write down 2 words to make sure you've covered it. Be precise and concise as possible though, don't go writing whole sentences down. A street lamp with a dying bulb means the bulb was fading or about to go out, and the last one, an enormous shadow, means huge or exceedingly large. 3 more points. Job done. Let's move on. 2C is a little bit trickier, but you can still bag the 3 points if you're clear about what you must do. The question asks you to use one example from the text to explain how the writer suggests Natalia's experiences and feelings that night. Your explanation must use your own words. Let's read the text. I peered out into the street. On the other side, there was a street lamp with a dying bulb. I was opening my mouth to say what? And then I saw it, half a block from us. An enormous shadow was moving along the street. Notice it doesn't tell you how Natalia feels. You're going to have to work that out. You're going to have to infer it from whatever example you choose. So tip 3, this is how you get your marks. You choose an appropriate example or quote, that's 1. You give an explicit explanation about her experience and then you infer how she feels. Let's take a look at how that might be written. Peered, that's my quote, suggests Natalia is straining to see what Grandad's surprise is. That's the explicit meaning. Natalia might feel uncertainty as to whether she will see it or not. and that's my inference about her feelings as asked for in the question. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Let's try one more just to make sure that you've got it. Opening my mouth to say what? That's my example or quote. It indicates Natalia cannot see anything unusual. That's the explicit meaning. Perhaps she feels disappointed and annoyed with her granddad for bringing her here. That's my inference about her feelings. If I want to add some more, I can. And then, that's how the quote continues, it shows she has seen something. The swift change of action implies she feels gripped by what she sees. It creates drama and suspense as we don't know what it is. That last sentence just states the effect on the reader. That's 3 more points in the bag. Let's look at the final question, 2D. It's worth 15 points. You need to choose 3 examples of words or phrases from both paragraphs. In this case, paragraphs 9 and 12. And then explain their denotations and connotations. Let's take a look. I have used bold on some of the words and phrases in paragraph 9 that describe how the elephant is moving. Remember, I only need to choose 3 from each paragraph, so obviously I'll choose the ones I think I can explain the best. Let's take a look at how I might write a response. Here's tip 4. Use this formula. Offer an introductory sentence, write down your quote, give the explicit meaning or denotation, and explain the connotation or what it implies about the elephant and how it moves in this case. Repeat steps 2, 3 and 4 for each of your quotes. It's easy as that. The question tells me paragraph 9 is about the elephant and how it was moving, so I base my introductory sentence on that. The elephant moves in a way that is obviously natural and not mechanical. Swaying, swaying is my quote. This emphasizes the rhythmic side-to-side motion. That's the explicit or denotative meaning. It gives the impression it is something big with considerable mass. Sounds like it's taking up the whole street. That's my connotation for the effect swaying, swaying creates. My second quote is, it moves with an even momentum. I define even for the denotation, a regular rhythm and pace, and my inference, momentum, suggests there is some force behind it. It will be difficult to stop. And I continue in the same manner for the next point. I use a quote, a denotation and a connotation. And that's the formula. Obviously, to get the full 15 points, you have to complete the same process for the second bullet point that refers to paragraph 12. And so, we arrive at tip 5. Just like you don't want your favourite football team to turn up for the match without putting the hours in on the practice field, you don't want to turn up to the exam without practicing these skills first. Use past paper sites like Extreme Papers to find past questions, inserts and mark schemes. The current paper 1 question, 2D, is the same as the old paper 2 question 2. Use that to practice this on. I'll put a link to it in the description box below. And finally, that was how to get max marks on paper 1, question 2. And this is Think, Think, Inc. thanking you.